Jesse "Bam" Rodriguez stops Antonio Vargas in the 6th, and with that, at 26 years old, he becomes a 3-weight world champion. Now, most people are talking about the knockdown in 5 and the finish in 6. Those are the moments everyone saw, and if those are the only rounds you're looking at, you've missed what actually decided this fight. Let's check it out and why it tells us just how good Bam Rodriguez might be. Hi, my name is Jacqui-Lee Pryce, former boxer, and I spent many years in the sport as a boxing coach and judge. So this was for the WBA Bantamweight title. Vargas was the defending champion, and for Bam, this was his debut at that weight. He vacated his belts, moved up to challenge a sitting champion. Keep it in mind for later. Now, I'll be honest with you, going into this fight, I thought Rodriguez would win and win comfortably. I didn't think Vargas had the footwork or the hand speed. He's a headhunter, neglects the body, high volume output, but can be defensively vulnerable and open to counters. And there was a narrative building around this fight that Vargas was touching Bam up, beating him to the punch, maybe even ahead. And what I saw didn't quite match what was being said. So let me take you through it round by round. Round 1, straight away, Rodriguez takes the centre of the ring. Vargas stays on the outside, keeps it long range, poking his jab out, keeping it a step, 2-step, maintaining that range advantage. Now, Bam is an excellent mover, aggressive switch hitter, and relentless. We see early on the angle work. We see little shifts of the feet. Something interesting I noted. Rodriguez is sometimes steps inside Vargas's lead leg. Now, theoretically, leaving him open. Step right, step inside, jab to the body. Vargas takes the bait, drops his hands. Vargas using that lead hand as a measuring stick, then breaking the rhythm by, jab, double jab, or the reverse 1-2. He's making it hard for the shorter man to get inside. He's dictating the pace, the distance, the added ingredient. Vargas is matching Bam pivot for pivot, playing him at his own game. He's disrupting the game plan, and it works. Vargas takes round 1. Round 2, Bam ups the pace, finds the distance, added pressure, lovely punch selection. The shots are landing clean. Bam drawing Vargas into that mid-close range, able to pick off Vargas more easily. Little ebb and flow where Vargas sticks to the fundamentals, rhythm breaks again. Bam having to eat a few good solid jabs, but a Bam round. But round 3, best round yet for Vargas. Shots straight down the barrel, manages to spin Rodriguez against the ropes, wings in some body shots. The sheer volume of work coming from Vargas. Bam's having to think a lot more. If he goes back, forward in straight lines, he's getting caught more. So credit to Vargas, he's doing something that he doesn't normally do. Vargas is predominantly a straight line fighter, in and out. But here he's staying with him, plays Rodriguez's pivot game. He's trying to outmaster the master, but that's got to be mentally taxing. That's not his natural game. And there's something else Vargas is doing. It's clever. When Rodriguez changes angle, Vargas isn't just throwing his lead hand, he's touching him or, he holds it out. He's mapping the path Rodriguez is taking so he can place the counter where Rodriguez is going. Very, very smart. And it's why early on, Rodriguez's angle work isn't landing as clean as it usually does. It's being tracked. But keep this in mind, that tactic only works as long as Vargas can keep up with him. Remember that. So, yes, Vargas was busy. He was throwing more, but not all of it was clean. He was throwing more than Rodriguez, but landing less. It's 2 rounds to 1. Vargas. And then round 4, something changed. Going into round 4, Vargas is ahead. Both commentators have him winning. Great start to the round. High volume rallies. So watch what Bam does. Long range is Vargas's comfort zone. It's where his height and his reach makes him effective. It's where he's kept Bam occupied for 3 rounds. In this round, Bam stops letting the fight live there. First rule, tick. Stop pulling out in straight lines. Second, he boxes his way inside into the pocket, starts working the body, and the left hook, right hook for good measure. He's dragging Vargas into that mid-close range, mixing it up, setting a trap. Now, I flagged something back in round one. Bam stepping inside Vargas's lead foot, jab to the body. I made a note to watch it. Stepping inside, Bam leaves himself open to the right. He shouldn't be able to pivot. Effectively, he closes off his own exit route, but it works and it feels intentional. High risk, high reward territory. And here in round four, it's not a quirk. It's a weapon. It's an excellent judgment call on foot placement. And it's not just that he steps inside, it's what he does on the way. A little step, a small shift of his weight or upper body, he changes the path of a shot. It's like he's saying, straight shot, gonna come down here. Then let me drop a shot in here. And then it arrives from somewhere else. Vargas prepared for Bam's angles, but you can't prepare for a punch that changes its route halfway there. Bam is naturally gifted. Yes, he listens to his corner. Limited instruction, then it's, have fun in there. No panic. He's making the adjustments himself. Interprets the moves in real time. Now watch the bodywork pay off. Going downstairs with a jab, Vargas drops his hands, opens up top, 1-2 down the pipe. Latter part of the round, you can see it on Vargas. The feet have slowed, he's starting to miss, his work rate drops, he's softening. Now, I'll give him his dues though, it was a good round. When Bam leaves the rear hook open, Vargas counters. Lovely tactical moment from Vargas. He's using that lead shoulder and elbow, blocking Bam's view, stopping him, getting his shots off, forcing Bam to either turn or, back into that long range. But here's the difference. Bam's throwing less and landing cleaner. Vargas is throwing more and landing less. He's outworking him, but he's not outscoring him. All three judges gave the round to Bam. So let me put my judge's hat on for a second. Scoring a round isn't about who throws the most. There's an order to it. Clean punches first, then effective aggression, the ring generalship, who's dictating the pace, and so on. Now, I'll be honest, when a round looks even, a judge might lean to a fighter that's pushing the fight, but throwing isn't landing. If a shot's blocked or deflected, it shouldn't be scored. The official wording is punches that are blocked or deflected should not be considered in tabulating your score. So, a fighter can look busy all night, but if those shots aren't getting through clean, he's not banking rounds. And that's the proof of how close it really was. This wasn't an even fight. A lot of people had Vargas ahead, but across the whole fight, both men landed exactly the same number of power punches, 81 each. Vargas just threw a lot more to get there. And in round 4, Bam's jab accuracy jumps 7% to 32 to over 50. This is where the fight turns. Round 5, this is where the pieces of the puzzle come together. People were saying Vargas was winning the fight, had him jumping out to an early lead, and even saying Bam needed to show more and he better start showing it. And then Bam drops Vargas. Let me show you how it happened, because it's the body work from round 4 cashing in. Bam's been stepping inside with that jab to the body and then upstairs, changing the trajectory of the shot. Lifts Vargas, stops him in his tracks. Now, the commentary said Bam going to the body wasn't working. It was working. He feints. Vargas covers up immediately. And Vargas' own corner confirms it. Between rounds, they tell him, don't bring your hands down. Here's the knockdown. Jab to the body. Combination upstairs, jab to the body again, 1, 2, 3, upstairs. Vargas goes square on for a second, and as he tries his own 1-2, Bam catches him with the right hand over the top. But credit to Vargas, he recovers well, he doesn't panic, he takes his time and he survives the round. But all that good stuff Vargas was doing early, countering, the tempo, distance, jab control and angles, gone. When Bam pivots now, Vargas can't keep up. Now, after the knockdown, his output drops. His accuracy drops, delayed reactions, he's getting caught more, he's survived the round, but he's a different fighter now. Round 6, now the volume is coming from Bam. He's letting his hands go from the bell, forcing Vargas to hold on. He pops in a lovely right uppercut through the middle, rocks Vargas's head back. Vargas looks mentally tired. Here's a bit of angle work you almost never see. Through the fight, Bam's been using a 45-degree pivot. Actually, let me correct myself. There are times when he uses 45, times when he uses 90, and here, in the last round, he uses 180 degrees. You don't see that often. Vargas is just following him round. Think about it for a second. Anyone who isn't used to, being turned like that, then gets dropped, is mentally exhausted, and it plays right into Bam's hands. Vargas is still throwing, but the shots are laboured. And this is the thing. I was watching a pre-fight piece on Bam. One of his team was talking about exactly this, the angles. He said it's something they work on all the time, but it's something a lot of fighters just can't do. Even when you teach it, they can't do it in a fight. But it's Bam's bread and butter. This isn't Vargas's game. And yes, okay, he prepared for the angles. He told us. But when Bam escalates to that 180 degree on a tired man who's suffered a knockdown, Vargas reverts to tight. And here's the finish. Bam touches him upstairs with a couple of jabs. That brings Vargas's hands high. Then he goes downstairs with a backhand and he comes straight back upstairs, hook backhand. Vargas folds. That last shot, gorgeous, beautiful turn of the hip, drove that backhand straight through at mid-range. Vargas actually tried to fire back with his own 1-2, but as he threw it, he left himself open and got caught. That was a systematic breakdown from round 4 to round 6, just chipping away, patient. Yeah, beautiful to watch. And here's what ties it all together. In the same pre-fight piece, Bam describes his own game in his own words. Combination, change the angle, another combination, and he said it just comes natural to him, second nature. We just watched him do exactly that for 6 rounds. He told us what he was going to do, and then he did it. Now, a lot of people were saying, Bam got hit more in this fight than he usually does. And yeah, that's true. Getting hit is part of the cost. Was he vulnerable or just being patient, figuring out the puzzle, chipping away? And to give Vargas his credit, he prepared well, outwitted for 2 rounds and survived a knockdown. It was a good fighter taken apart by a better one. Bam made it clear he wants Inoue before he retires, but the question everyone's asking now, is he ready for it after that performance? What do you think? If you want an authentic voice in boxing, analysis from someone who's been in the ring, in the corner and on the cards, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.